And good evening and welcome to another edition of The Way I See It, Memorial Day edition. It's great to be here. I am Ralph Williams. This is The Way I See It. We are on Facebook and YouTube Live. So please don't forget to tune in tonight. Your phone calls are welcome on our new live call-in phone line at 412-990-8448. And you can make your comments right here as well. I was gone for about a week and a half. I went and I got married. I'll talk to you later about that with my life story. But right now, even though I know it's Memorial Day, we're going to go into some Chinese wisdom here. It says, courtesy is a password to safety. All right. So that is tonight's Chinese wisdom. All right. We're going to get started with the program. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to be on for 90 minutes tonight. We're here till 8:30. Because I know I laid an egg on some of the other shows, which I didn't. I was not getting married, and I took some time off, which of course is warranted as well. Don't forget tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here live on Facebook and YouTube. Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams, and we're here on all of our platforms. Is always going to be Facebook and YouTube at this time. All right, let's get started. We're going to blast tonight. And my blast tonight is we're going to get started with lazy people, as you can see out there, everybody. And the thing that really gets me about all this is, why in the world are we being so lazy? That's what I want to know. Okay, and I'm blasting all of you lazy people tonight. The ones who don't want to work, the ones who refuse to go out and get a job. There's a million jobs out there right now. A million. And don't tell me they're not there. They're there for you to find. Okay? They're everywhere. Even the fast food places are paying $15 an hour. But where are you? I want to know why you're so lazy that you really don't want to work. And that's why I'm blasting you tonight. Because I'm tired of you lazy people who don't want to work out here and making the job market more difficult, making companies squirm and suffer. Yeah, I guess you must really think that's funny. I know what you're thinking. Well, I worked a job and my boss treated me like dirt and everything else. Suck it up and do it. Suck it up and do it. If you don't like your job, go get another one. There's a bunch of them out there. All right. And that's the way I see it tonight about lazy people. My next blast is Biden. President Biden, please, I have warranted and I've asked you and I've pleaded with you on this program. All right. I don't know if you're watching tonight. Maybe you are, and I hope you are. And I hope somebody has led you to watch my show tonight. Okay. I'm blasting you again because I'm tired of you giving all this money to Ukraine. Now you're giving another $32 million to Ukraine. We need the money here. Our roads need fixed. Our gas prices are sky high. What have you done to stop this? Oh, well, I'm going to take 1 million gallons a week out of the strategic reserve. Really? What if we need that? Okay. Of course, these gas companies, they're as heartless as they come. All right. They don't care. Neither do credit card companies and neither do banks. But I don't see you doing anything about any of that. I don't see you getting on their case. I don't see you stripping them of some kind of whatever you give them. I don't see any of that from you. Nothing. You know, we voted you in to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen, and it has. All right. I filled my tank up yesterday. 7 gallons cost me over $35. That's disgusting. All right. And I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting tired of it. And I'm sure everybody else that I speak for here on this program, President Biden, is having the same problems. So let's stop sending stuff to Ukraine and let's start worrying about our own country. All right. Where's the National Guard that you had at these ports that you still have? Where are they? How come they're not helping driving trucks and getting our country moving? Okay. Where are these people, President Biden? How come they're not out here? No, because we're too busy worrying about Ukraine. That's the way I see it tonight. Next, Norfolk Southern. Okay, I got something to say to you, Norfolk Southern. Why in the world would you even derail a train again? And every time you derail a train, it turns into a big mess. You made a mess at Station Square. You made a mess in Harmer now. Our rivers had to be closed. Everything had to be turned upside down. And that's because of you, Norfolk Southern. You need to either train your conductors, your engineers, whoever drives the train or operates the train, you need to teach them that they need to stop doing this. The bridge, from what I saw, didn't even look like it was passable. All right. So, Norfolk Southern, please get your act together and stop this stuff. All right. Okay, we're done with our last segment here. Last segment brought to you by Farmers Insurance by Robin Campbell. 412-366-3399 is the number to call. Give Robin a call today. He will handle all your insurance needs as well. And Juana wants to say hello. I say hello back to Juana. Thanks for responding. You too can do just like Juana on our comments section. We also have a new live call-in number, 412-990-8448 is the number to call. You can also text that number as well to make your comments if you're interested in doing so. All right, let's see if we have any calls. No, we do not. All right, so we have no calls coming in right now, but I'm sure later on we will. The way I see it now, it's going to be on at Monday nights at 7 p.m. The reason I moved it to Mondays, you're probably wondering why, is because I had it on Friday nights and nobody watched. Okay, then I had it. The reason I took it from Friday night is because in the summertime and even in the wintertime, Friday night, everybody's out doing something. Everybody gets paid. Everybody takes out the family. Everybody goes to wherever they go and whatever they do on a Friday night. So it's easier for me to do it on a Monday night when, excuse me, everybody is broke or they don't have any money. And, a lot of businesses are closed on Mondays because they made enough on the weekend. So with Memorial Day, I want to wish everyone a very happy Memorial Day. I want to thank all of our troops for their service to our country as well. All right, Bonehead here. The person who drove a car or truck into the business in Mount Washington, it was first of all, they said this driver could have been intoxicated. Well, this was a stolen vehicle. All right, but the person could have also been intoxicated. You're a bonehead. Why would you even steal? If you're going to steal a car, at least try to steal something and don't drive it into you drove it into somebody else's business. First of all, you didn't even have the decency because you went ahead and you stole the car. You didn't even have the decency to to really think about when you went ahead and did that. And excuse me, I'm sorry. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Because what you did was, okay, you stole the car, then you drove it into somebody's business. You didn't have the consideration for the fact that you stole somebody's car. That makes you a bonehead right there. Then you go and you drive it into somebody's business, and then you run away. Wow, what a bonehead. And that's my bonehead feature of the evening. All right, something to think about. Are you out there and you see a handicapped person struggling? Do you help that handicapped person? Some of you will. Most of you won't. Why? And I'm giving you something to think about tonight. Let's say you're handicapped, as I am, and someone needs help. Okay? My wife needed help loading a wheelchair into our vehicle. Some people help, others don't. But let me ask you this. If you were handicapped, wouldn't you expect at least somebody to help you? It's not a guarantee anymore. People used to be able to. Not anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They park in handicapped spots. So I'm giving you something to think about tonight, and that is that. How would you like if you were handicapped, all right, and you decided that you wanted to, or you needed to have something as far as a wheelchair to be loaded into your vehicle, and no one helped you, or helped your spouse, or your girlfriend, or whomever is loading the wheelchair. All right. And there's been times my mom has had to do that. Okay. And never got 1 ounce of help. Okay. I find that very rude, very ignorant, but of course, that's the society we live in today. But I'm giving you something to think about tonight, and I hope you'll think about it really good. Happy Memorial Day to you too as well. Juan, excuse me. All right, my life story. Now, here's something that was very, very, very disturbed about. Okay. Last Monday, which was the Monday before my wedding, okay, I went to a ribbon cutting ceremony for East Liberty Family Healthcare Center. Now, East Liberty Family Healthcare happens to be the place where my doctors are, where I get all my medical attention at. Uh, my podiatrist is there, my dental, all that is there. Okay. Well, they have moved already into their new facility, but they were having the official ribbon cutting last Monday. Not last Monday. Yeah, this, or not this past Monday, last Monday, but the Monday before. All right. The Monday before my wedding, and my wedding was on the 21st. Okay. All right. So I decided to go to this ribbon cutting for I had two major or three major reasons. Number one, I'm on the patient advisory council with East Liberty Family Healthcare. That's number one. Number two, I needed to talk to Mayor Gainey, who I happen to be friends with. Okay. And number three, which I didn't know, but I found out, actually, I wanted to talk to the Reverend Ricky Burgess. Okay. Who continues to get reelected as a city council person and does absolutely zero except make stupid comments about stuff that he probably shouldn't make any comments about. And the reason I say this is because I have called his office and I asked for a return phone call. Now, I did indicate to him that I'm not one of his constituents. Okay. I don't live in his area, but I wanted to talk to him about something. And now I'm going to tell you what it was. He's on the board of the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. And in case you're not aware and you haven't watched this program, or you were a first-time watcher, I'm having issues with the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh for a lot of reasons, okay? That I don't really choose to go into. But I will tell you this much. I expected Ricky Burgess to be there. I wanted to talk to him. But it turns out that I really thought that I could really reach this guy. Castor Binion was there, the CEO of the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. Okay. So Castor Binion was there. And I decided, after the ribbon cutting was done and the ceremony was ready to go, and I cornered him and I spoke with him. And he tried to dance around everything I had to say to him. And I didn't appreciate it. And I told him, I said, look, Mr. Binion, I don't dance. Okay. That's one thing I don't do. I don't dance. There was one time I have danced as of late with my handicap, is my wife and I's first dance at our wedding. Other than that, I don't dance. Okay. All right. So he's dancing around everything I'm trying to tell him. I'm trying to tell him what's going on, this, that, whatever. He didn't even want to hear it. In fact, I'm going to tell you what he's doing now. He's playing him. He's got his whole staff trained that when Ralph Williams calls, this is what you're to say. Either go move into another building and call the police. Call the police. Move into another building. Okay? Now, let me ask you this. You're going to a ceremony and you're there to, you run into Castor Binion and you're happy as a clam because you want to talk to him about a bunch of stuff that's been going on in your building, that you're not getting any satisfaction from management or any of that stuff. Okay. All right. So you go to this guy and you figure maybe you might get something out of him. All right. But I got zero. I got nothing out of this guy. All right. All he was interested in was passing the buck. All he was interested in was getting rid of me. Didn't even want to give me really the time of day. But then he started dancing around my questions, and I said to him, my exact words were, Mr. Binion, I do not dance. Okay? So don't do this to me, because I'm the person you don't want to do it to. I have too many connections in too many high places. Believe me, I'm moving on to other things, and I will have his job, and he will get fired because I don't like what he's doing, and I think it's wrong. Okay? So instead of, and this is a result of laziness, nothing, and or scared. I don't know what it is. Okay, that he would rather me move to another building than fix the problems that are in this building. Okay, now if you're somebody like that, which direction would you take? Would you listen to what I have to say and fix the building, fix the crime, fix the fact that I got verbally harassed, fix the fact that my wife got the simple assaulted by a woman in here that really shouldn't even have belonged? Okay, all right. My packages got stolen. All right, and now my Jeep gets keyed. So I'm trying to explain to this guy what exactly goes on in this building. Smoking pot, drinking, illegal drinking outside in the courtyard, all different types of stuff. Okay? And he tells me this. He says, I can move you into this new building. I'll push your application. Now, I have no offense, none whatsoever. I have friends that live in Lincoln. Marigany lives in Lincoln, Leamington, or Larmer, or wherever he lives out that way. I have friends that live out there. I have no issues out there. I've never had a problem out there. But I don't want to live there. I like living here. My mom lives here. Okay? Somebody has to step to the plate and do something because nobody else will. And I'm not going to let these people in here walk all over me without doing something. Okay? And now, a guest in the building here that I reported to management and downtown that verbally harassed me and threatened me is now a tenant in this building. Was a guest. Could have been kicked out. Could have been said, look, you got to go. Instead, now that man is a tenant. Okay? And he's walking around here like his doo-doo don't stink. He's walking around here like it's nothing. But I go to the man. I go to the top. I don't go to the bottom feeder. I go to the top when I have a problem. So I went to the top. I went to Castor Binion. And this is what I got. Then I call his assistant, who has actually been pretty decent with me on the phone. Guess what she does? Oh, you can move into another building. We have empty apartments. Really? Then I got to put up with someone else. Okay? Now I'm talking to another person. Michelle Ralston. I've been in this business for 30 years. Nobody moves out in 10 days. What, you're calling me a liar, Michelle? Is that what you're doing? You're calling me a liar. I have friends that live in other HUD buildings. The tenants that get evicted, they're gone within 10 days. But I can't get anybody out in this building that verbally or physically, verbally harasses me and threatens me. A guest. Now he's the tenant. Because management in here didn't want to do anything about it. They brushed it under the rug. So, what is my point about society today? Lazy? Nothing. Lazy? Nothing. And what I'm telling you right now is my exact point. I want to thank you. You know why? Because now I made my point clear. And if anyone out there that watches this program that thinks I'm a liar, just take a look at the examples I gave you, because I'm not. And I have friends that live in other HUD buildings. There was some tenants in there smoking pot, party until 3 o'clock in the morning, keeping everybody up inside the building. Police were called. They filed a report. They went to management. Management knocked on their door, said, you can't do this no more, or I will evict you. I'm getting too many complaints. You want to know what they said? Okay. A week later, same thing going on. Guess what happened? Within 10 days, they were evicted. And this is a HUD building. And this lady, Michelle Ralston, goes, I've been in this business for 30 years. I ain't seen nobody go get evicted in 10 days. What, you're calling me a liar? I'm a deacon in my church. I praise God. But you're going to call me a liar? Oh, that can't happen. It takes too long for an eviction. The only way they went out in 10 days was they left on their own because they didn't want to spare the embarrassment. Well, maybe they did. But maybe if you'd push them out, they might get out of this building. But you don't. You just put the measly little piece of paper up on their door and hope that they'll walk away. Then management's telling me, I got all these troublemakers. I'm getting them out of the building. Well, how come I don't see U-Hauls? How come I don't see Cousin Larry and all these others that come with a little pickup truck and help out? How come I don't see people walking out with bags in their hand full of clothes? You know why? Because nobody gets evicted for nothing. They can do whatever they want. And this is you, Castor Binion. And you know what's funny? You know who I want to align myself with? If anybody out there, I mean, I've talked with Tim Stevens. I know Tim Stevens. He lives near my best friend. Okay, I can go out that way and catch him walking his dog. Okay, hey Tim, how you doing? What's up, Ralph? Okay, if anybody out there right now knows Tim Stevens or is with Tim Stevens and can get Tim Stevens to call my live call-in line at 412-990-8448. I want to talk to him right now about Castor Binion. Because you know what he did? He went to the board of the Housing Authority and asked for Castor Binion to be fired over the situation that happened months ago up in Northview Heights right at the end of last summer. Talk to Bobby Wilson on City Council if you think I'm lying about what happened up at Northview Heights. He wants Castor Binion out too. But I can't get Ricky Burgess to return my phone calls. And I was this close to talking to Mayor Gainey. Unfortunately, he had another event to go to. So I couldn't talk to him at the ribbon cutting. He shook my hand. He said hello. He said, Ralph, I'm sorry. I can't talk. I got to go. But I have his assistant's phone number. I can talk to her. Okay. So go ahead, Castor Binion. Continue to dance. Continue to say, move into another building. Continue for everyone to toe the company line. Just keep it up. That's the way I see it tonight. All right. Next on my life story, my wedding. My wedding was great. I had really good catering, good flowers, and some of my great and good friends and family were. Well, I didn't. My family, my dad, unfortunately for him, he doesn't have any legs, so he can't drive. I didn't have the money to bring him up here and put him up in a hotel. I can't put him up here. My place is not big enough to put a third person in here to sleep. Okay. So I would have to put him up in a hotel. I didn't have the finances at the time. I would have had to drive 4.5 hours down to Baltimore to go pick him up and bring him up here. All right. But he sent me a card and he sent me a gift, and that's good. Okay. My sister, on the other hand, there's issues with her that I refuse to even talk about on this program. My nephews and my nieces did not show as usual because their mothers got them brainwashed not to talk to their uncle. All right. Thank you, Juana. I appreciate it. Juana was at my wedding, and it was a very good wedding. Yes, it was. I had my good friend DJ Billy C., Bill Canada, and I also had Hanlon's Catering, Patty Cake Bakery, and Alex's Flowers. All of them did a terrific job making sure that my day went well. So call them anytime, any place. They're all good people. Call them all. All right. I recommend them. All right. Well, my adventure at Walmart and at a couple places this past week, I got a gift card from my wedding to Red Lobster, so we decided to go eat there. Very nice service. We went to Olive Garden as well. I got another gift card for Olive Garden. Now, here's the interesting thing about Olive Garden. The prices went up. Last time I went there, I got shrimp Alfredo. It was 14, maybe $12. It's now $20. And guess what else? The portion went down as well. Okay. That's everywhere now. It's higher prices and lower portions. Like if you buy a can of soup now, you used to get 10 ounces, and now you get 5 ounces. Okay. Jennifer has commented, I know how far you live, Jen. Okay. All right. Jen is my long lost daughter. She lives out in Arizona. Okay. Thank you for watching tonight, Jen. Thank you. I know you live too far. I understand you are excused as far as that goes. Okay. I'm not going to hold that against you or be angry with you at all because you live far away, and I understand that. All right. But anyway, I'm at Walmart again, and I've been shopping at the one out in Moon. The reason why is because the one in Robinson, I can never get a scooter. So I go to the one out in Moon most of the time. Had some issues the last couple of times, but this time it hasn't been too bad. But here's the thing that is really puzzling me. I go to Red Lobster, wherever I go, everybody stares at me. And the thing is, I don't know if they stare at me because I'm handicapped or they stare at me because they watch my shows. And they're afraid to come up to me and go, are you the guy who is the way I see it in Sports Corner? I watch your show, man. Yeah, I mean, I've had people tell me that. Yes, but they've come up, shook hands, said, "Hey, great job. You do a good show." All right. Yeah, I mean, I get that all the time, everywhere I go, almost. But I get these people. They just stare at me, and I go, "Why are you just look? Why don't you just come on up to me and say, 'Are you the guy?'" There's no embarrassment if I'm not, which I am. But let's say I wasn't. There's no embarrassment here. Okay. So that is the way I see it tonight with my life story for the last week and a half or so. As you know, I was off because of my wedding. As I mentioned, don't forget to give a phone call to Hanlon's Catering, Patty Cake Bakery, Billy C Productions, and Alex's Flowers as well. You can look them up on Google or on the white pages on the internet, or if you still use a phone book and they're listed in there, you can do that as well. I used to do that when I was a kid, deliver phone books. You don't even see that anymore. Last time I remember I was trying to deliver phone books, it was a way out in Aliquippa, when I was living in Garfield. I was living in Garfield. All right. All right, let's get started with our topics tonight. All right, California is trying to pass a law, all right, saying that parents can sue social media sites up to $25,000 if their kid, by some chance or another, has some issues and they're using social media. California is trying to get that to happen. Okay, the phone lines are open at 412-990-8448. Comment section is wide open. Jen and Juana have commented so far. You can comment as well. Tonight, here on The Way I See It, we're here now on Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. Special Memorial Day edition. We're on till 8:30. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We might even get this done by 8 o'clock, the way things are moving right now. I mean, we're moving right along here. I put some time in there for I put some time in there for calls, which I haven't received yet, but we'll see what happens after that. Okay. All right. But what's your thoughts on that? 412-990-94, or I'm sorry, 8448, and on the comments section. California is trying to pass a law. You know what? Really, I don't think they can win. Any parent could win that law. And why would California eat? Well, of course, you know how it is out there in California, and they're thinking and all that other stuff. You know how it goes. Okay. Uh, but they can sue up to $25,000. They can sue up to get back in from social media if their kid is having mental issues, or they don't do their homework, or they can't get any sleep. I find this erroneous, and I think that it's not going to be the case. If California passes this law, social media sites are going to do, they're going to put up disclaimers saying that if you decide to get on our site, you're not going to be able to sue us. Okay. And you must check off that little box. That's what's going to happen next. All right. Thanks to this law. It's the way I see it tonight. All right. This is National Hamburger Month. And I have a question for you. What kind of hamburger do you like? Okay. What kind of, some people on Facebook this week were talking about what fast food place they said, do you like? I said Burger King, Wendy's, Rallies, anything really but McDonald's. Okay. McDonald's is getting kind of old. Their food quality isn't all that great. Their employees are a lot to be desired. Even though they want $15 an hour, now they have an opportunity to make it and still screw your order up. Okay. So, I mean, here we are with this now. So someone asked me, those questions, and I told them exactly what I felt. But with National Hamburger Month, what's your favorite fast food or burger joint do you like? Comment section open. Live call-in phone open. 412-990-8448 is the number to call. All right. Well, this is a hard thing to talk about, that Texas shooting. I feel bad for what happened. But here's something that's interesting here. And the reason I'm going to do this is because, all right, the police department down there now is what they call under the gun. And I don't mean that facetiously. All right. The police department down there took too long, apparently, to make a decision as to whether or not they were going to come in and do something or send in whomever to do something. And if they would have acted and moved a little faster, perhaps what happened there would not have happened. Okay. You got the president and his wife, and you've got every, politician now saying this shouldn't have happened. Okay. But let me ask you this question. Why did it happen? What led this to happen? Okay. What led this to go in the situation that it's in? It should have never even reached this proportion. A door supposedly was left wide open. Security dropped the ball. Okay. Or as I always say, too late an egg. All right. Somebody did something wrong in this whole thing. And it's not all just the police department. Let's take a look at the security in the school. Let's take a look at what's going on there. All right. And it's not just in Texas. We have it here at the Pittsburgh Public Schools. All right. All right. We got comments here. I do like Big Macs. That's all I will get when I drive at McDonald's. Yeah. I like Big Macs too. They're actually 2 for $6 or something this time around. I like Big Macs as well, but sometimes I get real tired of McDonald's food. So I decide I want to go somewhere else. I like Burger King. I'll tell you who really has good food is Hardee's. But there's only one open, and that's in Millville. There's not too many of them open. Or I'll tell you what you can do. If you don't have anything else to do with your life, you can actually take a 2-hour trip to Breezewood. And Breezewood used to be a really happening type place. Not anymore. It's as dead as a door. But I'll tell you what, though. It was dead as a door now because I went in 2020 when COVID was going on. Okay. Maybe now Breezewood might be a little bit better. They have a Hardee's there. So you might want to, hey, you know what? Let's load up little Johnny, little Susie, and little Mikey, nothing to really do. Let's go and take a nice little drive. Let's go to Breezewood. It's 2 hours. Let's go to Breezewood. Drive back. Let's pay that high turnpike toll. Let's do it. Yeah. How about that? What a way to go through our day. Let's go to Breezewood. But like I said, I haven't been there since 2020. It was dead then. I don't know what it is now. Okay. I can't say because I haven't been there. But the Hardee's that was there, the food was good. All right. The special sauce on the Big Mac. Yes, Juana, that is true. The special sauce on the Big Mac is very good. All right. Which is probably some version of what they call Thousand Island dressing, but we'll see. I'm not exactly sure what their secret recipe is because you know why? It's a secret. That's why. It wouldn't be a secret recipe if it wasn't secret. So there you are. Okay. Secret recipe. Yes, indeed. All right, next. Coca-Cola cutting Tab out. Whoa, is that a retro drink? Tab. Tab. I'm glad that you're only 1 calorie and no sugar for me. Remember that old commercial, Tab? Yeah. Tab is going bye-byes real soon. Coke's taking it out. That's the way I see it tonight. All right. City police audit. We're going to talk a little bit about the city police later on. Not just the audit that happened while I was away or off the air here for a few, but also Chief Schubert's resigning or retiring. We're going to talk about that as well, but that's coming up later. I have some other topics we're going to talk about. I'm not real satisfied with this audit. I think this audit's full of crap. I think it's a poor audit. I think something needs to be done about this audit because they're not looking at some things that I see and everyone else sees. Okay. All right. Uber drops the mask policy. So you ride Uber, and a lot of you do. Or I don't know what Lyft's policies are these days. I know Lyft was real strict and whatnot when I was doing it about masks and safety and cleaning your vehicle out and making sure you have hand sanitizer, which I did, and everything was where it needed to be. Okay. But now Uber's dropping their mask policy, and that's the way I see it tonight. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. Dollar General stores are being sued, okay, for cash register errors. Do you know that there are Dollar Generals all across the country? There could be some here that are doing errors on their cash register and charging you more money. I mean, if the price says $15, you're paying way more than that. Okay. So, what I'm saying to you tonight is you might want to check your receipt when you go to a Dollar General. All right. All right. My next topic is this, and I want to ask you this question tonight. And you can respond by in the comments section or on the phone line. 412-990-8448 is the number to call. If you want to put in your comments on any of my topics that we're talking about tonight. We're going to get hot and heavy about the city police because I got a lot to say about that. Not just the audit, my personal experiences around here, and some other stuff. Now, let's say, for instance, you are a person who likes Donald Trump. And I know a lot of you do and a lot of you don't. Personally, I don't dislike the man, but I don't want my president acting like a third grader when he talks on TV. But wait, that's his style. He's different from everybody else. He tells it like it is. So do I. How come no one follows me? You understand what I mean? Okay. We all know Trump can be a moron. Okay. But let me ask you this. Why is society works for that man, but none of these people want to work for Biden? What's the difference? Why? You think Biden's too old? Do you think you didn't vote for Biden? You want to vote for a man who caused that January 6th fracas last year and left his vice president hang in the wind at the Capitol? Almost got killed. Could have got, his life was in jeopardy. Okay. But let me ask you another question. if what's going on today in foreign lands like the Ukraine and whatever, do you think Trump would put up with that? Do you think we would be in that situation if perhaps he was our president? Would you work for the man if he said go out and work? Okay. All right, here's my thoughts now. And you can disagree or agree with me. And that's why we have the phone line. That's why we have the comment section here. All right. You can agree or you can disagree. All right. I like Trump because I don't think the war in Ukraine would be going on with Russia. And I don't care what anyone tells me. Oh, he's in bed with Putin. He's doing business with Putin. But guess what? He probably would have talked to Putin and reasoned with Putin better than Biden does and said, I'm not going to put up with this. And I've heard Trump tell North Korea's leader, who he refers to as Rocket Man, which of course is childish, but you can't pronounce his name, so you come up with a nickname for somebody. I've done that. Okay? So he calls him Rocket Man. He put him in his place, put Putin in his place, and we were not in NATO. We're in NATO again. And NATO is doing what again? What Trump said they do. Nothing. They contribute no money. They contribute very minimal troops, and our country's always the one that forks out the bill. And guess what we're doing right now? We're forking out the bill. We're forking out of our wallets for Ukraine against Russia. So we don't start World War III so we can do whatever we need to do with Mr. Putin. All right? You want to know what Trump would tell Putin? Like he told Rocket Man, I got trillions of dollars of brand new military equipment, and I will not hesitate to use it. Okay? Now, Biden's got us involved in Taiwan. What are we going to do next? We're going to go up against China. Now, what you need to do is you need to get yourself into the history books, which I think a lot of people around here don't do. No, they're not into the history books. Okay? And what I mean by getting into the history books is you got to get in and take a look at Korea. Watch a documentary once on Korea, on the war in Korea. The Chinese handed us our lunch. They ate it up and they spat on it and walked it dry. We never went forward. MacArthur had to take us backwards. We had to retreat. We had to go. Okay? We didn't have enough men to fight China. We weren't familiar with the cold weather to fight China. We had guys dying to fight China. And China has so many people that they could probably quadruple the troops they would have. We couldn't win a ground war against China. We'd have to use our air power and our nuclear weapons or whatever. Now we're trying to protect Taiwan. Let's give them 32 million billions of dollars and give them some of our equipment so they could fight China. Okay? Because we do this. We kiss the backside. In fact, I'm going to say it on this show, and who cares? And it's not a cuss word. It's said everywhere else. It's even said in the Bible. Joe Biden's going to end up kissing her ass. It's that simple. If it keeps us out of a war, fine, we'll kiss their ass. But I'll tell you what, our country looks bad. It looked bad with Trump, now it looks even worse with Biden. And what's next in 2024? I hear Mike Pence might run. I think he's probably the only one that has any brains. Comment, I don't think Trump would put up with that. No, he wouldn't. But you know what Trump's problem is? He acts like a third grader when he talks. We're gonna I think we're gonna beat up Biden. I think I'm gonna go over his house and eat his lunch, and then he won't have no lunch left. And then we're gonna do this, and women that, and handicapped people this, and people with disabilities. People with food stamps. I'm gonna make sure you get one box of food every month. Get food stamps. And then, I'm going to talk. I'm here in the fine city of Latrobe, who the only thing that they have going for them is Steeler training camp. But that's me. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve these third grade messages that I talk about because I want to be a third grader when I talk. Okay. When I drove Lyft, most people, there's two things nobody wants to talk about: religion and politics. I don't really talk politics on the show, but the reason I wanted to point this out to you today was to make a point. And when I need to make a point, I go into politics. And Trump and Biden, that's politics. Okay. We have an election here that's out of order. All right. Summer Lee beat Steve Irwin by, I don't know, 1% maybe or whatever. Okay. You got John Fetterman who I was shocked beat Conor Lamb. All right. And now you have Mehmet Oz versus Dave McCormick. And they both supposedly are endorsed by, hey, I want to endorse Mehmet Oz, and I want to endorse Dave McCormick. And I really don't know who would be the better guy. But I think that perhaps it just might work out for both of them. I really believe both of them are good candidates. They'll run your state into the ground, and I don't care. All right. I'm Ralph Williams, and I approve that message. All right. Next, the child that got shot downtown yesterday. It's really sad. Downtown's trying to build itself back up. And look what happens again. Thank you. You know what? Thank you for shooting that kid, because now everyone will be scared. Nobody wants to go downtown now because they're afraid they're going to get shot. Okay. All right. The knucklehead, well, he got arrested today, supposedly. One guy did. They're still looking for another. That knucklehead decided he's going to go downtown and shoot some kid. Just drive on by and shoot somebody. All right. Now, again, I'm friends with Ed Gainey, and I love him to death. We will not tolerate this crime in this town. We are going to make sure we do full force of everything. Okay. I've talked to some of my police friends. They're short-handed. They don't have the manpower between COVID and retirement. And next year, 249 officers are retiring. They don't have the manpower to do a full-scale blitz and look for this guy. Okay? I don't care if they work 68 hours a day. All right? You're not going to be able to do so. Comment section wide open. Live call-in number 412-990-8448 here. We're going to check the line, see if anyone has decided to call in. No, they have not. So there we are. You could be carte blanche. All right. All right. That's the way I see it tonight about the child shot downtown. Mailman attacked in Brookline. This guy, my caregiver came today and he said, Ralph, he says, did you see that guy that shot the mailman? Looks like Charles Manson. Yeah, he does. He looks pretty scary, pretty spooky. Okay. But here is something else. Let's say, for instance, you want to be a mailman. I went and applied at the Postal Service. And this is what you got to be afraid of. Some psycho like this that's going to come up and shoot you. And this is the second shooting, because the last one was the postal carrier's neighbor who was upset with him and followed him on his route and decided to shoot him. Okay. All of this senseless violence and people doing some of the things that they're doing, the shootings, the everything. It's a mess. All right. It's a mess. We need more police. We need to call the FBI. We need to call the National Guard Gang Task Force. We need to get the state police and the gang task force. We need to do all this and go through these communities and flush out the drug dealers and the gangs and get them out of here. Because we don't personally have enough police force to do it here. And then what I want to know is, where was Bill Peduto's plan, which was actually not a bad plan? He was going to reopen the Zone 3 police station down on 18th Street that they used to share with the fire department down there till they moved up to Allentown up here, which we're going to get to the city police because I have some comments to make. And we're going to talk about that audit last week, and we're going to talk about the current resignation of the chief. That's coming up in the next half hour, which will come up at the top of the hour. We'll probably spend about that much time. And I want your opinions on this. Are you a retired police officer? Tell me if I'm wrong what I say about the city police when I get there. You tell me that. 412-990-8448. And I want somebody to find Tim Stevens and tell him to call me right now. I have something very important I need to talk to him about in regards to the housing authority of the city of Pittsburgh. I'm willing to help him get rid of Castor Binion because Castor Binion to me is useless. He had this bright blue suit on looking like like he was going to some prom dance or something. Okay. Excuse me for a moment. Hey, nothing good but like a good Turner's tea. How's that, huh? That's good. All right. I had to get that done. My throat was kind of, But anyway, okay. Anybody out there who can get me Tim Stevens on the live call-in phone right now, I want to talk to him. I want to see if he's willing to help me get rid of Castor Binion. Anybody you know that's in the house that lives in a housing authority property, get them on here now. I want their, because I'm going to put an army of people together. If you're willing to work with me, work with me, okay. I've done some causes in the past, and I'm a one-man gang. Nobody bothered. Nobody thanked me. Nobody did anything. That was the restaurants and the people up at Conneaut. I was just on Facebook with them this week. Not one person thanked me up there. I couldn't get anybody on from the township, the borough, or any of the Meadville Tribune or any of those folks. No, nobody to come on and talk. Nobody from Todd Joseph's camp to come on and defend Todd Joseph because I think he's no good. But I'm not going to talk about Conneaut no more because nobody from Conneaut bothered to help me out. So, am I a one-man gang on this? Or like I am here in my building, because I don't see anybody else helping me out. Okay? I need somebody right now who can find me Tim Stevens. Get him on the phone right now. Or get him in the comments section. I want to talk to him. Okay? I need to talk to Tim Stevens. He's from the Black Empowerment Group. Everybody knows him. If you don't know who Tim Stevens is, then you don't live in Pittsburgh. Okay? He's with the Black Empowerment Group. All right? He wants Castor Binion fired. I'm willing to work with him if he's willing to work with me, and we can combine our efforts, and I can form an army to get rid of him. I want him out after what he did to me and then personally insulted me like that. Instead of saying, okay, fine, Ralph, I'll clean the building up. I'll make sure that it's safe here. Instead, he tells me to move into another building. Are you joking? I wouldn't move into another building if you told me I could live there for free rent. Because I don't want to. I want to satisfy and clean this building up. Of all the idiots, the morons, the degenerates, the problem childs that cause everybody else problems in this building and don't get evicted. What did you think, Castor? What did you think, Mr. Binion? Did you think I was just going to come back to my apartment and hide like everybody else does? No. No, not at all.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Ralph, don't hide. Ralph fights, and Ralph usually wins when he does fight. Okay. All right. Enough of Castor Binion. I've had enough. But I do want to talk to Tim Stevens. So if anyone can find Tim Stevens for me and get him on the phone, I'd really appreciate it. Or somebody in housing. Somebody in housing that can explain to me why you won't do anything to clean this building up, but then you're going to tell me to move. And I don't mean clean, scrub with a mop or clean something, a wall down with a toothbrush. I don't mean nothing like that. I'm talking about cleaning it up so it's good to live here and it's safe. Okay? You talk about COVID safety. You talk about all this other safety. I'm not safe living here. Okay? I've had to go to that place that I don't want to go to. But I have to because I can't be where I am right now because it's not working. A mailman attacked in Brooklyn. You know what? That's a shame. Well, that now somebody that wants to to work for the postal service and be a mailman and make good money for your family. Now you can't because you're scared because of somebody. Okay? Because somebody decides they're going to shoot at the mailman. They're going to harm the mailman. What? You didn't get your mail on time? What, the mail come too late? Well, maybe you could be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem. Okay? The problem is they're shorthanded on carriers. The solution is why don't you get up off your lazy ass and go apply? Okay? You can be the solution to the problem. But you don't choose to do it that way. And the reason is because you want to sit around and play Xbox and you want to be angry because my mail didn't come. Oh. Really? Or you don't like the mailman because you're jealous because he makes that kind of money. Well, then go on and apply for the job. You want to make money and good benefits, go ahead. Oh, it's too physical. I don't want to walk. Let me tell you something. If I was physically able, I would have done it when I was 18 years old. And I'd be retired by now. I know a guy and his wife, they were there for 40 years with the mail service. 40 years. Okay? It can be a satisfying, it's like Port Authority can't find drivers. They don't have enough covered routes. And now everybody's complaining because they can't get a bus. Well, they can't get a bus because Port Authority had to cut the route times down because they don't have the help. There's a job back when I was growing up, you wished you had. Okay? And now you want to shoot the mailman. Shoot the mailman. Let me ask you this. People who do these shootings that are sort of what I call useless. What is your point in doing this? Are you mad because somebody owes you $5? Yeah, I'm getting extreme here. Okay? What? Are you mad because mommy didn't put tomato on your sandwich? How about the guy whose parents came here to help him from Florida, and then he kills them and steals their car? That's senseless. And there's a lot of that going on in this country. We have senseless violence. It's going on here in Pittsburgh really bad now. Okay? And you know what? Again, I love Ed Gainey to death, but if he doesn't change the way he's doing things, nothing's going to get accomplished. And I don't dislike peace and violence rallies, peace, for violence. I get it. But that doesn't do anything. The same thing continues to go on. Comments from Wanda says she loves Turner tea too. Her tea is very good. Here's another comment. That's crazy to dislike and be mad at the mailman and want to shoot him because your mail is late. Yes, exactly. But this is where we are in society today. We have people out here If I owed somebody a quarter and I didn't pay them, man, they're gonna come kill my family because I owe them a quarter. This is where we're at now, everybody. But you know what? Nobody pays any attention to this like I do because you know why? There are people out here. I don't watch the news. I don't read the paper because it's negative. But as soon as your tires get flattened, as soon as you get shot, as soon as you get stabbed, and as soon as you get robbed, oh, you're on the news going, I didn't know this was going on. Well, that's because you don't want to know what's going on. Okay. But the good news is everybody for this mailman has come together and they're helping him through a GoFundMe page, which is great. Okay. That is super. I'm glad. That's loyal people that appreciate their mailman. Okay. You should appreciate your mailman. He's out there in the cold weather. You know, people, oh, he makes a ton of money. Oh, I bet he goes on vacation every year. Well, he earns it. Senseless violence over petty stuff. Yes, indeed. And that's where we are right now. And peace against violence isn't working. My plan works. 50 cops on the south side, like Bill Peduto said. Put a station down there. That way, Zone 3, well, we're going to start that in a few moments here. Okay? Downtown, 50 cops. Let Zone 1 handle their end. Let Zone 2 do their thing. 50 cops downtown 24/7. Beat patrols, downtown and south side. Constant, 24 hours, walking the beat. Yeah, that works. Calling the FBI's gang task force, the National Guard's gang task force, and the state police. Bring them all in and clean them all out. Peace and violence isn't going to work. Peace on violence. Out there holding up signs for peace. Again, I have nothing against it. You do it. But it's useless. My plan is not. Okay? And you know what? People who say they get their rights violated, I'm not going to go there either because you just don't listen. You don't pay attention to anything. Look at Jim Rogers. He was told to put his hands up in the air and stay still. He moved around. He was told not to say anything. He was told to be quiet. Ran his mouth. Look what he got. George Floyd. I know it was wrong. What the policeman did was wrong. But he had a rap sheet a mile long. He was a criminal. He was told to keep his mouth shut. He was told to put his hands up in the air. He didn't listen. Okay? And you want to know why your civil rights are violated? It's that simple. And now, Ricky Burgess's idea of this whole thing is, well, the police don't have to pull anybody over for traffic stops. Do you know that 50 or more % of crimes get solved because of traffic stops? Drug dealers get put in jail because of traffic stops. But Ricky Burgess, no, we can't do that. You know, the city, you know why the city is in debt? Because there's no revenue of parking. There's no cops downtown busting for jaywalking. $10 a ticket. $50 if you do it again. You have a computer for parking. Why not have a computer to do jaywalking? It's money for the city. Where's the traffic division with all the cycle cops? You can get about 30 of them. Right all over the city. 4 to 6, no parking. Put tickets on people's cars, tow people's cars. That's money in the city's pocket. But we're not doing that. Okay? Next, Memorial Day parades make a big return today. And I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm glad that is. Then it shouldn't have never happened in the first place. Okay? Because you got people out there that could have watched the parade with a mask on. You could have done the parade with a mask on. But a lot of people didn't want to do it that way because everybody was scared. You're afraid of the boogie, the COVID boogeyman. Yeah. Oh. The COVID boogeyman. That's right. You're a laughing stock. This country is laughter. And it's laughed and embarrassing to live in this country because of that. We're scared. Oh, we're going to run away. You ought to be ashamed of yourself because you're that scared. But it's good to see the return of Memorial Day parades. All right. And you know me, and you should know me. I had some controversial subjects on my last show about greed and a few other things. But tonight we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh police. And I want you, the city cop that's retired, the city cop that's current. And I'm not saying they're all bad. There are a few good ones. You know, the Marines, what's their thing? The few, the proud, the Marines. The few, the proud, the city police. Because there's not too many of them out there that are that good. Okay. It was announced this week that the Committee for Policing has decided that Chief Schubert needs to go. What do you think about Chief Schubert? 412-990-8448. Do you think he should have retired? Do you think he was pushed out? I want to hear from everybody here. Okay. What's going on? What is going on with the city police? Okay. What's next? There's a nationwide search for a chief. Well, let me ask you this. And again, I'm going to go back to the Pittsburgh Public Schools. Every time they went and they got somebody from the outside, what has happened? Cameron McClay, terrible, terrible chief. Was living in a building downtown. They were running a major drug operation out of there, and Cameron McClay didn't know nothing about it. How do you live in a building and you don't know anybody selling drugs in there and you're the chief? Oh, my. I don't know. I got dry throat today for some strange reason. Who knows? But anyway, like I said, okay. So go ahead. Go ahead and go look. Juana says she really, really does appreciate the mailman. Absolutely. Because the mailman could bring you that check that you're looking for, too. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, let's get back to the police. We're going to talk about it from now till the end of the show. I have a special time here, and I've booked enough time on my show here that I need to do to talk about the police. Okay? In one perspective, Chief Schubert was a nice man. All my cop friends that I know in the city police department all tell me the same thing. He's a good guy. And, but here's the thing. Morale was down. Okay? Not enough police on the street. When was the last time you saw a cop on a bicycle? A city cop. I used to see them all the time, all over the place on bicycles. Now you don't see them at all. There was 1,000 cops. Now there's 900. I talked to a cop friend of mine who's handling my case up here. He happens to work up here at Zone 3. He's handling my case with the lady in this building who stole my packages. You know what he told me? When he started, which was probably about 20 years or more ago, there were 1,300 police. There's 900 now. That's a drop in 400 police. Chief Schubert, or former Chief Schubert, more or less, told all these cops, don't carry a ticket book with you. You're not writing tickets anymore. So I got a motorcycle sitting out in the front of my building here that belongs to a tenant in here who verbally harassed me that I can't get out of the building because housing is lazy. And he has no insurance. He has no stickers, nothing on that bike. And I can't get it towed. I can't get it removed. I've called 311 1,000 times. I can't get it removed because they were ordered not to ticket anything unless it's a ticket on the move, like a traffic stop. But now Mr. Burgess doesn't want that. Mr. Burgess, or Reverend Burgess, okay, doesn't want it. Erica Strasburger is more worried about plastic bags. But we have issues on the south side, downtown, north side, all over the city. Shooting everywhere. Crime all over the place. Gangs everywhere. And we're worried about plastic bags. Okay? You as a citizen who lives in the city of Pittsburgh, do you feel safe? I don't. Okay? I can't be safe because this zone over here, some of the police are great people. Officer Christine Lovey, great lady, great cop. Two other officers are decent over there, and my detective buddy over there, who told me that at one time they used to have 8 detectives there. They have 2. 2. And they barely have 2. Okay? All right? To cover the whole zone, they have 2. If one's in court, oh, God forbid. Okay? That's the issue with that. All right? Okay? Mayor Gainey says he's going to put police on every block, walking up and down, beat patrols, talking to the public. Public don't want to talk to the police. Here, someone whose name I'm not going to mention, but in their building, they will keep the drug dealers living here and the drug addicts living here and run out the drug-free people that report them. Isn't that interesting, huh? That's sad. Okay? Anybody who knows Tim Stevens and can get him on right now, 412-990-8448. Tell Mr. Stevens to call me. I want to talk to him about Castor Binion of the Housing Authority. I've had enough. I'm opening it all up. I've opened every can I can of worms, and I'm doing it. And I'm not stopping until Castor Binion's fired. Okay? And the whole administration at housing is replaced. And guess who's still going to be living in his apartment? Me. Because I want to see them try to evict me. Okay? I'll be a rich man thanks to the Housing Authority. Go ahead and try. We have a door on the 3rd floor that's broken again. Why? Because some drunk or some idiot that lives in the building decided to walk out the door and tear it up. Why? Because the drug addicts and the drug dealers work together against the drug-free people. Yes, they do. But the drug-free people don't want to do anything. All right, let's get back to the police now. Michael Lamb did an audit. So did the Citizens Review Board. You know that lady that comes on? I can't remember her name. She looks like Grandma on the Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, she comes on and she talks about this and she talks about that and handcuffs our police. Okay. So they did an audit, the two of them, the Citizens Review Board and Michael Lamb. Now, if you don't know who Michael Lamb is, he's our city controller. He's tried to run for mayor a few times and he failed. But he's a good city controller. He decided to do an audit. Come to find out some of this, some of that. But why didn't you find out about why the city police are not writing traffic citations? Why I have a bike sitting in front of my building that has expired no inspection stickers on it, expired license plate, and no insurance, but it's sitting in front of my building and I can't get it off the block. Now, wouldn't you rather have a car there that puts money in the meter and pays and helps the city that way, or give this person a ticket, tow his bike away, and you'll have some more money? I'm like, see here, I'm already producing money for the city, but the city don't see it that way. That to me is either laziness, stupidness, or whatever. It's got to be something when your police don't do their job. I had 2 sergeants walk past my building, and there was a car parked in front of the driveway right outside. The ambulance couldn't get in. They had to walk from the street. Let's say we had a cardiac arrest going on in here and the ambulance can't get in to get up closer to the building. So they can get in and get out and get the person and maybe even save them. I said, "What are you going to do about this car parked in front of this driveway?" 2 sergeants. You want to know what they told me from over Zone 3? Wait till parking gets there. Parking will be here sometime this morning or this afternoon. Go give them a ticket. It won't be there when parking gets there. Why not give them a ticket? Why not have their vehicle towed? Because we don't do that anymore. But the city's broke. They're crying they need money. But this is what they don't do. Peduto stopped parking tickets for 2 years downtown. Free parking all across the board. Okay? One is right on this. They can sell illicit drugs out of their apartments and they will not get evicted. Exactly. That's what I got going on here, Juana. And I can't get rid of none of it. So, but anyway, Zone 3 has to be, in my eyes, either the laziest or they just don't want to work. Zone in the entire city. Last Saturday, I called the police. Yeah, that's right, guys. Those of you who sat outside and smoked pot and had beer in there and trying to have a party, and I had to smell that pot come through my apartment window. Okay, yeah, that's right. I did call the police on you. They didn't even get out of the car, walk into the courtyard and cite these people or tell them they had to go in. What do? They get on this. Yeah, that's right. I have a scanner too, so I can listen to the call. They get on there and they go code 4 Caligari Plaza. Didn't even bother. I saw at my own window, didn't even bother to come out and check. They didn't bother to walk into the yard and tell them to get rid of it. They didn't bother. Then when I ask why they didn't do it, you know what I get? Oh, well, we don't have a really good working relationship with housing. But housing tells me they do. Okay. Now, city police, they know what goes on in here. They've been informed many times. Still, I don't see them doing anything to clean up the building. I don't. So you got 2 useless entities, housing and the city and Zone 3 police, most of Zone 3 police over there. Useless. Okay? All right? And you got worthless people who don't want to get up and work. What a world! What a world. Huh? Okay? So your audit stinks, Michael Lamb. You didn't look at that stuff. You didn't look at the fact that we haven't been able to track down some of these drug dealers and shooters and stuff. You don't look at that. No. What you look at is, oh, well, maybe they shouldn't be carrying guns, or maybe they should be fighting with sticks, or maybe they should be doing this and that. Instead, stupid stuff. How about getting them some decent equipment to work with? How about getting them some new equipment to work with? Public safety all across the board. How about helping everybody out, the firemen, the police, the paramedics? How about getting new equipment, new, more sophisticated stuff for these guys to work with? Not this junk that you have, okay? Or maybe you've ordered. I don't know. I know it's not fair. Life isn't fair. It never has been, okay? But what you have to realize is that this is where we are right now, all right? Zone 3 is lazy. Nobody hardly does anything in there but drag their feet, and nobody cares. Okay? They act like they care, but they don't. And it's the truth. Okay? And this is where we are right now with this. All right? This is where we are. Laziness is Zone 3. Most of them are lazy. I just gave you a couple of examples. Nobody wants to do anything. The morale is bad, and people are leaving for other jobs. They have to start doing something different because what they're doing right now is not working. Okay? What they're doing right now is not happening. Okay? Bill Peduto never gave him a raise. He never thanked the police. Instead, he should have had the police remove protesters off of Hastings Street. Instead, he was doing this.
Mwah. Mwah.
Oh, come on up on my porch for a glass of lemonade and we'll talk. No, get off my property. It's that simple. Go or the police will take you. Oh, but they got to make a big ruckus. Oh, well, when you tie the street up for people who live there and you interrupt their lives, you deserve to go to jail. You deserve it. And I don't want to hear no oohs and ahs and whatever about it. I don't. Because it's not funny at all. It's a disgrace. It's a real disgrace. I would love to have, and I even told them before that shooting happened, and the one 2 years ago, you need to have beat patrols, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every 24 hours, 7 days a week. Because of we have a nuisance bar, we have this, that, and whatever. We have people shooting each other, stuff like that going on. Okay? That's why we need beat police. That's why we need the horses coming through here once in a while with the bicycles. Okay? We need a beat cop on the street. No park and ride or no park and walk, none of that. Okay? Have your first 10 brand new cadets walk the beat. I hear it takes 18 months for them to even to get moving, even once they become a cop, to really acclimate themselves to everything. That's a long time. Wow. Yeah. Really good tea. Do you see what I'm saying, everybody, about the police? Okay. We need to do something about this as citizens. Vote Erica Strasburger out because all she cares about is plastic bags. She didn't even know Negley Avenue Bridge was bad. Reverend Burgess, who doesn't want traffic stops. Is that safe for you? No. All right. We still got 7 minutes. Somebody find me. Please find me Tim Stevens. And get him to call my number. Or this number, live calling number, 412-990-8448. Somebody out here has to know Tim Stevens. Because I want to work with him on getting rid of Castor Binion, the CEO of the Housing Authority, who tried to dance with me, and I don't dance. I try to tell him what's going on here. He says, I got an apartment up here for you, brand new. I don't want your apartment up here. I want you to clean the building that I live in. I don't want to move to another building. I want to stay here. Clean it up like I asked you to do. No, you dodged it and decided you're going to. Let me ask this question. What is so hard to clean this building up of this stuff? Is it hard? No. No, it's not hard. You're just making it hard because you don't want to do it. Which boils down to what I've said before. Lazy. Scared. Lazy. Nothing. Nothing. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to step up and do anything. Okay? And you're scared because if you weren't, you would do something. All right? This has been the Way I See It Memorial Day special. A few announcements. Tomorrow, Sports Corner right here, live on YouTube and Facebook with me, Ralph Williams. Tonight, we're live on StreamYard. Sometimes we're live on Melon. And also, we're in Studio A tonight. We have some new things coming up. I'm renovating Studio A. Studio B has just been renovated. Some new stuff coming up there as well. All right. Still got a few minutes. Comment section's wide open. 412-990-8448. Someone, please. You have about 5 minutes. Find Tim Stevens for me. Find him. I want to know where he is. I need to talk to him. Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot him. I'm not like that. I want to talk to him. I want him to come and help me. I want him to help me force Castor Binion to step down. Okay? And my next question to you is, was Scott Schubert Was he forced out or did he just retire because he wanted to? Maybe he's seen the writing on the wall. Maybe he's seen, well, you know what? This ain't going to work for me. Yeah, more beat patrols would help. Absolutely. Okay. Juana says, great show, Ralph. Thank you. And I want to thank my daughter down in Arizona for checking in, Jen. Okay. It's really tough out there, isn't it? But I'm not going to leave anything out. You screw me, you screw my friends, you mess with my money, you mess with my family, then we have big problems, you and me. All right? I'm not that hard to get along with. But when you blow me off, that's when I get mad. All right? Ricky Burgess, you blew me off. I could care less what happens to you. All right? I asked for a phone call. I've tried to get a one-on-one with you because you're on the housing board. Mayor Gainey, your wife is on the housing board. Why isn't housing being fixed up? Here's what I was told. There's a committee out there as well for this. They're going to bring back their recommendations when they're finished. Once again, don't forget tomorrow night, Sports Corner, 8 o'clock start time right here live. We're going to talk about the Steelers' new GM. Pirates, they're doing pretty well down on the West Coast. I think they're going to be 500 on this series. Dodgers are not that good as advertised. All right, so we'll see what they do against Dodgers tonight. And also, don't forget Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Mauler talk. What a goofy loss this week for the Maulers. We'll talk Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. All shows live here on these two platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like me and like all my shows on Facebook. Okay, I would appreciate that. And please don't forget we have a comment section for you to comment on, and also we have a live call-in number 412-990-8448. All right. Don't forget on Wednesday nights at 10:15, the Sports Web live on YouTube with Peter Blake. And from 10:15 to approximately 11 o'clock, 10:30, somewhere in there, we're always on. It's myself, Mark Mancini, Peter Blake, and we talk Turnbuckle Talk. That's professional wrestling. And then on Thursday, 8 p.m., Black and Gold Sports Podcast, myself, Mark Mancini, and Smoking Jim Frazier. We're going to talk Pittsburgh sports. National broadcasts on Blog Talk Radio. And then don't forget this Thursday as well. 6 p.m., my live call-in show of Sports Corner, PCTV, Channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon, and PCTV's Facebook page live, 6 p.m. We have a special show for you. And I'm the best at coming up with specials, but I will give Claudio Rosano credit. He was the one that told me, hey, Ralph, how about we do this? A mid-sports in review, which means we're in the middle of the year. Let's review all Pittsburgh sports. Why not? So we have the same panel. It's myself, Smoking Jim Frazier, Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Bethel Park TV. He has a bunch of shows there. He has his own machine show, the Speedy Gourmet and Pittsburgh Sports Line every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Smoking Jim is also on there. Okay. Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Smoking Jim Frazier, the Boxing Authority, Steel City Sports World, and Smoking Jim Frazier is also my co-host on Sports Corner with me. And then don't forget on Saturday, 5 p.m. And don't forget about the Sports Smorgasbord, the buffet that we have for you starting at 4 o'clock with the Boxing Authorities, 5 o'clock Sports Corner, and at 6 p.m. Steel City Sports World. That's every Saturday. That's your sports buffet for the weekend. I'm Ralph Williams. It's a pleasure being here tonight. Everybody be safe. Have a safe and blessed Memorial Day. I want to thank all of our troops out there for their service. Have a great one. Thank you.